Dot.
How are we doing now?
Oh, there we go. And we
Okay.
lost Steve.
Welcome to the Transformation Tribe team call. And I've got a weird voice, and so we're going to want everybody else to talk besides me. So it is June the 19th, 2018. And how could we ask for more? We got Gwen, we got Sally, we got Dee, and Claudia. It says Heidi on two of us, but it's really Claudia and Gwen. So welcome to the party, and let's get this show on the road. Anybody have anything they want to say? Start out. Anybody want to share something fun, inspirational, eventful, something that happened this week? Non-scale victory? We'll go for anything. Anybody want to share?
It's been a good week for me. Even with my kids home for the weekend, my personal program is good. I have a goal by convention, a weight loss goal, and just a healthy habit goal. And that's been good for me. And I'm excited about convention. I keep hearing it's one of those years where I think people are kind of thinking, well, maybe not St. Louis, maybe I went last year. And I've done it and I've heard it. But I tell you, I said this on other calls. I've missed 2 in 8 years. I think maybe just one. Missed 2 Go Globals and 1 convention in 8 years. And I won't ever miss a convention again. Yeah. Go Globals are tough. Because I'm in school, and that's usually right around Easter break, and it's just hard for me to get off, but I only have 1 more year of that, and I won't miss a Go Global either. So I highly recommend it.
That's true. I'm excited for St. Louis. One of the other reasons I'm excited is just it's the first one without Lori, and I think that there will be some nice memorial about her. Yeah. We all just love that girl, and so I'm anxious for that. Plus, I'm going to go with Dee, so we're going to have a party, right, Dee?
Oh, yay! Are you rooming together?
Yeah, thanks to Dee.
Nice. Valerie and I are rooming together, and we're at the Embassy Suites.
And I don't even know where we are, Dee. You'll have to tell me.
We're at the Embassy Suites Hilton. I don't know where it is in relation to anything else, but we're flying in on Wednesday, and we're flying out on Sunday. So I'm excited about that. Yeah.
Dee has got to fly out in time for Ben's wedding, right?
Wow. Yeah. So anyway,
I don't know how you go when you've got a wedding.
That was me 2 years ago. Yeah, that was the one I missed. Yeah. So yeah, it's not that for me. That's it. I have been lackadaisical in. I've been filling out my papers for my 33333 and doing the work. But I have missed sending my picture into my chat group. But I'm gonna do all of that today. Still, again, interested calls have been great. Before and afters have been great. I don't know if you saw the post I posted that if you've not been setting up Explore or Share calls regularly, maybe you should be doing these things. And there was a list. I got that from another coach Facebook group, and
Transformation Tribe.
Yeah, it's in Transformation Tribe, and I read it and I thought, oh, I'm not doing those things. I'm doing some of those things, but I'm not doing all of those things, and I really want to start doing that. So I've been focusing on that a little bit too. So anyway, that's my week.
I like your week. Dee, you want to say something? You unmuted. Speak, child.
No, I'm just listening. I'm taking it all in.
Oh my gosh. I as you two know, I have not gotten back into the 333s, but I have one thing about the 3 new friends. Do you know, I feel like I would rather, you tell me, shoot me down if you need to, but the 333s is 3 new friends. I have 2,900 friends on Facebook.
Wow.
And so I want to make my 333s be to contact previous clients that I haven't talked to in 5 years or something. Would that be okay?
I think that would probably be okay. I'm betting that some of those friends that you've made friends with, you didn't private message them about becoming friends, like we do now.
Right.
Hey, thanks. Oh my gosh, I didn't even know we were friends on Facebook. It looks like we have 63 mutual friends, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you could reach out, and that would be making a friend. And then that would also be following up with a friend. Yeah.
Yeah. I was feeling like I just was
That's a lot of friends. I
doing
just hit
all
1900.
these new people that I didn't have a connection with.
Yeah.
And they were just kind of BNI people and their friends' friends. And there wasn't a connection. I mean, I'd write to them when they friended me and get a little chat going. But, when you don't have anything in common.
Well, but you never know, right?
That's right.
You don't have, yeah. Because
if you don't have enough friends on Facebook, you got to get an audience.
Yeah. And for me, the three interested calls I had this week, well, one was postponed. And anyway, they were all new. I
remember you said that last week.
They were not. So, and I have even more. I have a before and after that I did for Father's Day, and I have more that have commented to me that I'm following up with. So,
how do you get them to ask you about your program?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I have been really bad, Gwen, about like sending the messages after making friend requests. That must be just super key for you starting conversation.
Oh yeah. I chat there.
Do you say what do you do? And
I say the same thing every single time. I say, hey, oh gosh, let me just bring one up here. I say, hey, thanks for accepting my friend request. Facebook's been telling me for weeks we should be friends.
Okay.
LOL, wink, wink.
Yeah.
That's it. And then and what I have found too is that I was being very, very careful to make a friend as soon as they accepted it, send them their note.
Right.
And then I had a few days where that didn't happen, and it was like a few days later, and I thought, I think I kind of like that. I send them a friend request, and then it's a couple or 3 days or even a week if I'm behind, right? If it's follow-up Fridays that I'm doing it on. Because then it's not like I have an ulterior motive. I'm trying to get them to try to talk to them right away, Yeah. Or like I'm sitting on Facebook and I friend request them and then they say yes and then I message them, right?
Yeah.
And that's just me. That's my inner chatter going on there. But I say that every single time. And lately, because I have more different groups, I don't know how it works, but that's what Facebook does, right? They recommend these friends because you have mutuals. So I have breast cancer survivors, and that's kind of opened up. And then I kind of started having one or two title officers, for mortgage firms. And then that kind of opened up. And then the mortgage people led me to real estate people, and that kind of opened up. So now I have like, when I click on it, it'll be like 46, I'm not kidding, 46 mutual friends, and I don't know any of them.
That's right. Yes.
And I kind of like that. I kind of like that, remember Kim used to say butts in the seats, right?
Yeah.
We're in the auditorium and we need butts in the seats. And it doesn't matter whether they paid $40 for the nosebleed sections or $2,000 to sit in the front row. They're all there in the auditorium hearing the same gospel.
So I have a question for you about that.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 1,600 friends on my regular Facebook, but then I also have a recipe page that I have 1,700 different friends, not related at all. So would you start friend requesting the recipe? I mean, these are complete strangers to me from all over the United States. How would you do the recipe page thing?
I would start with the people who are active, so that when you say, when you friend request them, I would send a friend request, and then if they accept, and maybe they won't, some people won't. Mm-hmm. And so you could do it, there's different ways, right? So you could do it one way. You could send a message and say, hey, I really love that you're in my recipe page and I love to make new friends and know who, I'm talking to. So you want to be Facebook friends. You could ask permission before you do it. You could do it that way. Or you could send the friend request and then send the message even before they accept the friend request that, you're on my recipe page and I put some things there, but I have a lot more healthy stuff going on my personal page. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I like that. We were talking about that, and you're like, I don't want to be a creeper, and just add them. So
you don't have to be a creeper. Just tell them. Obviously they're interested in that kind of stuff, or they wouldn't be in your recipe page, right?
Right, for sure.
And I do much more. I'm much more active in my regular personal page. Not to mention, you like to meet people, and it's cool that you live in Atlanta. Or it's cool that you live in Washington, D.C., or it's cool that you live in Puerto Rico, or it's cool that you live in, we don't care where they live.
Yeah. Right.
So, I mean, I have a goal. I set a goal the other day that I wanted to have, a certain amount of friends in every place, starting with the United States. I'd like to have 10 friends from every state. Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be cool.
And just do that, right? You just find mutual friends and you can search by cities and I don't know. So I just think that that's cool. I think that it's fun to talk to people we all do it. Haven't you learned through this business that even when you're talking to people on the telephone, right? I called in to fix the hotel reservation for St. Louis. And I called the hotel and they couldn't fix it. So I had to call the reservations. She said, how are you? And I said, I'm hot. It's 101 here today, and it's 4:00, in the afternoon. And I said, how are you? And she said, I'm hot too. And she said, where are you? And I said, California. And she said, where are you? And she said, Jamaica. And it was like, oh, Jody Ann from Jamaica.
that's
right?
Yeah.
So haven't you become naturally curious with this business?
Yeah. I need to take it up another level and get more curious because this is not necessarily a positive, but I guess it is because it's putting me in action. This last week, I got a message on my own recipe page from an Optavia coach inviting me to come learn more and to join a free challenge that she was doing. I was like, oh my gosh, she's taking all of my recipe people and she's sending them that message.
Yep. She is.
Oh boy.
Yep. Eek.
Ooh, that's hard. That's really hard.
I know.
Those lessons are hard learned.
They are.
Hard learned. But, what are you going to do, right?
Learn from them.
Right.
That's right. Get your own free thing going.
And talk about it like this, and then do what feels true.
Right.
With no fakiness.
Not fake. Right.
Right. That's the deal. And don't overthink it. My God, that'll put you in action so fast.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Don't overthink it. I don't overthink it. That's the death of us.
Yes. Yes, it is.
That's interesting. I'm starting to come back to the new people because I do keep in touch with all of my clients with that weekly email, right? So they're all aware. They all get stuff from me. So, because for a while there, you know how Facebook works. You never see them on Facebook. I never see my old clients on there because they're not in action, and they're just not in my life. So that's what I was thinking, is if I could get them going with me. And then I thought, as you've been talking, I'm like, no, that's not how this is supposed to work. I don't. So.
Yeah. Are they in your client group?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in my my email group, from the back office.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, I like that a lot better than Senduit. Have you guys done connections in the back office?
Yes.
How do you?
The email this week I sent to both my connections. Did you like this email this week?
It was great. It was very, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
I sent it to connections and clients.
It was on solidifying the support system.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, and I don't have a lot of connections. I had a Facebook crash with all my stuff several years ago, and hundreds and hundreds. I had to send connections in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of emails. And then one day, everything disappeared. Every one of my all of my contacts there disappeared. Wow. But, I have several hundred that I send, and some, and I like it that you can see who opens it and who unsubscribes, right? So you can dig down a little bit there.
I'm going to have you show me how to do that on the back office.
Yeah, it's easy. There's how-to videos in coachanswers.com.
Sally, you're being so quiet. Come on, open up your photo and say hi. Are you done?
Well, I was eating dinner, so I realized everybody was watching me eat, so I had to turn it off. That was embarrassing.
No.
Plus, it's recorded. It was really good. I took my cauliflower pizza crust and cut it in half, and then filled it with pizza filling and rolled it and made like pizza rolls and cooked them like an enchilada.
Woo!
I know they were really good with all the healthy meats and stuff. But so I did have a question, Gwen. So when someone likes your health story photo, like your before and after, somebody's before and after picture, and they like it, and you go to message them, what do you say to them?
I do the little canned message that says, "Thank you so much for liking my picture." That's such a great support for the people who are putting themselves out there and sharing their story. I thank you so much for that. And then if they come back and talk to me at all, then that's when you can kind of open up the door, if they open up the door. But I just thank them. There's a little canned, I haven't done it for the last one I just did. So they're not high on my messages right now. But just a little something, right?
So what do you do? Because on mine, it's always the same people.
Mine too.
It can be the same 50 or 60 people every time.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't.
Every 10.
I wouldn't send that to them every time.
If they're not responding.
Like every 10 times, or
no. You could say something like, you've liked this a few times. Is it, does this excite you? Is it something maybe you would be interested in? Or is there someone in your world who you think this might work for? What were you going to say, Dee?
Oh, I was just going to say learn from my what not to do's. So I've had 2 different friends who kept liking my posts over and over. Well, I did send a, hey, thanks, but they never really initiated conversation. Anyway, they ended up signing up with different coaches. So I don't know. That was a little frustrating.
Differently. So what would you have done differently? Said thank you for liking. Is this something that you might be interested in, or someone in your world? Would you have said that?
Yeah, I think I should have been just a little bit more than I'm so, I don't want to push. And so I just say, hey, thanks so much. It means a lot to have your support. And I kind of leave it at that and see if they initiate the conversation. But I think I need to, I don't know, maybe I need to ask after they keep liking it a few more times.
So
what are your thoughts, Gwen?
Were those 2 repeat likers?
Yes.
Oh, so there you go, Sally. So see, my instinct, see how we are? You don't want to do that, right? You don't want to be that person that does that. But this is what everyone says. Why don't you want to be that person? They want to ask, but they're afraid to ask. So we have to ask them. We have to say, I've noticed you've liked this. You've liked thank you so much for the support. I've said that before. So what would we say? But I've seen that you're paying attention. Is this something that you might like to chat about for you, or would you what could we say?
We could say something like, it's obvious that you're interested in healthy habits. Can you share one that works for you really well? Just to get the conversation.
Oh, that's a good one.
Just
right. Or even if maybe a little bit different approach. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking out loud right now. If I send a message after they kept liking things, just saying, hey, I'm just sending out information and trying to, I don't know. I read something before. I can't even remember what it says. Just was wondering if there's anybody in your world that I could possibly assist. And if not, or whatever, and if so, please keep me in mind and pass my name along, just to kind of open that door up or something.
Yep.
Claudia? Another idea is to put that person in your connections. I mean, just say, hey, I've got healthy habits I send out all the time. Would you like me to add you?
Yep.
Right. Or throw them in my recipe page where some other coach can target them.
And what you just said, Dee, what you just said to do is, back in the olden days, that was called getting the word out. And could you do me a favor? If there's anybody in your world who you think I might be able to help, would you pass along my information?
Yeah.
That's all you have to say. That's the getting the word out. And then they come back and say, yeah, me. Right. And then you've opened the door without saying, is it you? Yeah. Asking, is it you?
That's beautiful. I love that.
That's Kim's deal. That was getting the word out. That's what we did. When we collected an email for connections, we didn't give business cards. We didn't give websites. We didn't do anything like that. We said, if I could just grab your email real quick, I'll be happy to send you some information. And take a look at it. If there's anybody in your world that it might help, pass it on.
And right? Can I keep you updated from now to?
And can I keep you updated periodically on how we're doing? Yep. That was the connections. Get the word out. That's a really good one.
Here's another.
Somebody write that down. Right. Make sure we put that in there in Transformation Tribe, Claudia.
I've got it. So here's another thing, and that is.
How about adding?
Sally, you're frozen, baby. Or is it me?
No. Yeah, I thought it was you because you froze too. So maybe it is me. I don't know.
Okay, go, Sally.
I was going to say, we could even say, hey, you seem to be very interested in health. How about we have a hundreds list of healthy snacks. Would you be interested in, could I send that to you or something like that?
I like that. So this is a question along the lines that Dee's using, and that is the idea of having someone choose a different coach. And this would be if you put people in predictable transformation, which has all of these transformation stories. I keep thinking, if I were to go in there, I'd find the story that matched me and write to the girl who's probably a coach, How do you avoid losing prospective clients? Or
I think, for me, I do. I take the high road. So who invited you into predictable transformation? I mean, that, how do you know about this? Who in your world turned you on to this? And then I do my due diligence. And there are times when they will say, it's my husband's sister's secretary. And, she just I think this program would be for me, but I don't know that we're a good match as a coach.
And you have to go with that.
I mean, I've learned that lesson. Yes. I can't tell you how many people have jumped board. There's not that many, but there have been people who have jumped ship. Valerie just had a whole deal where she's got a 3-inch folder or notes at Optavia because she calls in and complains, and she doesn't know how many coaches. So she typed in her zip code and interviewed coaches. Valerie was one of them in her area. She called and, talked to all these coaches, and then she interviewed them and then decided that this one over here was going to be the one.
What was the deciding factor?
I don't know. Who knows? Somebody who's as crazy as her?
And who wants to have that as a client?
Take me out. And really, you guys, we don't need extra strife in our life, right? And there are some
take the high road.
And there are coaches that enjoy being in those kinds of relationships. It takes all kinds. Yeah. So, yay. Here you go.
Yeah.
Here you go.
I think also the other part to that question is to follow up once you put them
Yes.
into predictable transformation.
Yep.
Just to follow up and say, hey, did you have a chance? And what do you think?
Look,
Yep.
that's
And
true.
to let them know that, and to let them off the hook
Yeah.
if they did do something like that, right?
Right.
To say that's okay. The most
your
important
journey.
thing is you and getting you healthy and reaching your health goals and really meaning it.
Yeah.
Really meaning it, that it's okay because they went there because that person to them feels like they're going to be a better fit. That's the trick. For me, that has been the whole get the monkey off my back with this whole business for all of these years, is just to
Let
let
go.
it go
Yes.
and just move forward and do what is best for you and be transparent and honest.
Yeah.
And not listen to the chatter about not wanting to be pushy, right? People like it, like Sally said. And my initial reaction was, yeah, I probably wouldn't do it. But look, Dee didn't do it, and look what happened.
It's true. It happens. Well, this is fun. We've just gabbed our heads off, and this is what it's for. Share ideas and throw them around and,
Keep
mull
us in
over.
action.
Yeah.
So where's Heidi at today?
She is, what did she say? No, not Dubai. Is it Thailand or somewhere? Thailand, I think.
I don't know.
Anyway, she's going to be back next week.
You went
I guess not, because her son's coming home from a mission in Ukraine. So I don't think she can be on next time, but after that, she'll be back, I think.
And then we're almost to convention time.
Oh, I know. We are going to have so much fun. Sally, are you going?
I am, and I think we're in the same hotel as Gwen. I'm not sure.
Oh, good.
Jillian and I, and then I have a client. She's bringing a friend who's not a client at all. So
Nice.
Awesome. That's fun.
yeah.
Fun.
Well, we're going to be
Heidi hasn't mentioned anything about team. She probably hasn't had a moment to think about it, but
I'm sure she'll pull us together.
Friday, hopefully, and it may even be Kim, because I don't know how many are coming from Heidi's team, and I don't know how many are coming that are first generation Kim coaches. So it may be Kim and us. So we'll see. That would be fun.
Yeah,
it would be fun to have great grandma there.
That's right.
Great.
Cool.
That's how we used to say it. This is my mom, and this is my grandma, and this is my great grandma. That's how we would talk about it, instead of my using all the other words that people upline and sponsor. Yeah, that's just how we used to say it. I used to say it that way because I don't know anything about direct sales, and that kind of turned me off using that different verbiage.
Yeah.
So it felt more family-like if I just called them that.
Grandma. Well, girls, shall we call it quit?
Yeah, great call.
All right. Love you all. And let's see. I got to quit end meeting. Let's see. Stop recording. Here we go.
Stop recording. Yep.
Okay. Stop recording.